Welcome to the 8672 podcast. I'm Chris.
Wise, baby.
Alright, and this is episode 2. I know what I wanted to kick tonight off with. You guys know you wanted to kick it off?
Guys, what you gonna kick it off?
So I just got the alert on my phone. I didn't know how I was gonna kick it off. But what's his name? Basically the Texans just hired their coach.
Who?
It's the Baltimore Ravens assistant.
Who?
I don't know the guy. Like when the name came on, I didn't know who it was.
Watson out of there, man.
Huh? Yeah. And he said even if they would have hired Eric Bieniemy at that point.
Well, the name my team, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean they ain't my team either, but that's just crazy.
I don't care, man.
That's crazy, man. That is
Listen,
crazy.
it is what it is.
You think Watson going to the Jets?
I don't know. I don't know where he going. To be honest with you, I don't care where he goes.
He
He ain't coming to Vegas.
You like Derek Carr? You want to get rid of Derek Carr?
I never liked Derek Carr. Everybody that know me know I ain't like that. When they drafted him, I was like, he's gonna be just like his brother. But you know, he good. He's sufficient. But
He had that. What year was that when he was like in the
the
MVP?
year he got hurt. The year we went to the playoffs and he couldn't play.
Well, he hit the So Carson Wentz.
Josh Allen, man, did more than Derek Carr in his time in the league.
Yeah.
He got to the playoffs twice, and he got a win.
So what you're saying is Carson Wentz pulled a Derek Carr. Because remember the year that Carson Wentz was in the MVP race, he got hurt, and he ain't been the same since.
Hey, listen, Carr's better than Wentz. I will say that.
Oh.
I will say that.
Shots fired.
No, that's facts.
Shots fired.
You know what I mean? He better than Wentz.
Oh, man.
And I don't like Carr. People that know, when we drafted him, I didn't like him. I still don't like him. And me and some Raider fans go back and forth about him, but I'm not a Carr fan like that.
You think he's better than Carson Wentz?
He is better. His numbers say that. Look up his numbers.
Oh, we got to look this up.
All you gotta do is look up his numbers.
Pull it up on your phone. This is bad audio podcasting, but we looking up the Derek Carr stats. Tune in, you'll be able to catch the video too. But so what you comparing? Just Derek Carr's that time frame in his career versus Carson Wentz right now. So first 5 years of his career.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want to do, man.
I'm not arguing with you. Cause I'm just interested in it.
And all we doing is yards, touchdowns, and interceptions.
Yards, touchdown, interception. Okay. Why is it?
Cause you don't want to see this bullshit. Derek Carr.
Listen, I want to see anything.
Derek Carr better than. Derek Carr better than that too.
Oh.
I'm trying to tell you something, man. Come on, Playboy. Pull up Wentz, man. Pull up Wentz. You ain't gotta get Derek Carr. I got Derek Carr right here.
Yo, you
go to Wentz, man, because Derek Carr right here.
All right, you saying.
You heard what I said. Derek Carr right here.
Is better
I'm
than
a
Dak
Raider
Prescott?
fan. You go to your division. Cause
all right.
Wentz and Dak.
Cause you
start
said
with
that.
Wentz.
We gonna start with
when Wentz came in the league.
Wentz came in the same year as Dak.
What year was that?
2014.
Okay.
No, 2016.
2016?
Yeah, I'm on Wentz's career stats right now. It's about to make me sound like I'm a Wentz lover. But nah, we're gonna go to this Prescott argument because Prescott blows Derek Carr out the water. All right, what's you on Derek Carr's rookie year?
Oh, let me make sure that I'm clear.
So you say yards, touchdowns, and interceptions, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What was you?
Oh, they came in the same year, all of them.
Derek Carr had come the same year as them.
2014.
They was 2016. I
Okay.
corrected myself.
All right. Well, as long as you did that, because I'm telling you.
All right. What was the 2014 stats?
I don't know. 2014 stats for Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Name for Wentz.
Wentz was bad.
What was it?
He had 3,782 yards and 16 touchdowns and 14 interceptions.
Derek Carr had 3270, 21 and 12.
So Wentz threw for more yards.
Okay, 21 and 12.
Okay. Now Wentz second year, he threw for 3296, 33 touchdowns and 7 interceptions.
Okay, and Derek Carr was 3987, 32 and 13.
Okay, so Wentz threw one more touchdown and 6 less picks. 2018, 3074, 21 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
Derek Carr, 39-37, 28 touchdowns, 6 picks.
Yeah, that was the year. That was his last good year, I think. 2019, 40-39, 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
2019?
2019.
Okay, 2019, 40-54, 21 and 8.
And you know you're comparing his. You started on Carr's third year. You're doing the actual same years as me. But I'm just saying, Carr was. If you go off in his rookie year, that was Carr's third year as a pro.
Let's go back to Carr's then.
What was Carr's rookie year?
Okay.
That's 2014, friend.
I said okay, brother. I said okay, brother. I said okay. 2014. 3270.
That's more for Wentz.
21 to 12.
I think you just said that one. What was 2015?
2015. He went to the Pro Bowl. He was 39-87, 32, and 13. I said all of these.
That was 2015?
Yeah.
The second year?
Everything I named was his years.
Okay, alright. So, yeah.
Yeah, he's better than him.
I don't care. I said to you.
Now go to Dak.
I wasn't arguing.
Go to Dak.
He's not better. He's not going to be better than that. But I said in the beginning, I wasn't
All
arguing
we gotta
about
do
Wentz.
is simple mathematics. All you gotta do is go back and say what his career stats is right now.
Career stats right now?
For that.
But you would have to do math and take 2 years away from Carr.
Okay, I'll take 2 years away. So that'll be gotta do it. And I'll take 2 years away. And I'm gonna take 2020 and 2019.
Yeah. You would take 2019 and 2020. Take
right.
them away. Yep. Alright, so you just want to do career. So Dak has thrown for 17,634 yards, 106 touchdowns and 40 interceptions. And that doesn't include his rushing touchdowns. His quarterback rating is 97.3.
Okay. Take away 8,000 from 26.
It's more than 8,000 though. You gotta do the full math.
4103, and your
So that's 81.57.
81.57.
Let me do the touchdowns. Alright, so
81.
157. I'm gonna put it in the phone right now. So 81.57 yards
from 26,896.
Oh, alright, hold on. 26,896? 96
minus 81.57.
Alright, 18,739. And what did I say that was? So Dak is 17,634, so he has more yards.
How you figure? He got 18.
No, I said he has more yards.
Keep going.
Give me the total touchdowns and take away.
Total touchdowns is 170. Take away 48.
122. Dak had 140 yet. No. He has 106. Okay, so he's more touchdowns to them.
And 17. Interceptions, he got 71, take away 17.
He has 54 interceptions to Dak's 40. What's his quarterback rating?
92.1.
97.3. Dak's a better quarterback.
No, he ain't.
Yes, he is.
I'm gonna tell you why he's not.
All right, explain to me how Dak is not better than Derek Carr.
Who's your go-to wide receivers that Dak played?
Amari Cooper.
No,
That's it.
that wasn't his only guy.
Dez Bryant, the last year of Dez's contract. And Dez wasn't Dez. That's why he wasn't there anymore. That's why they didn't bring him back.
Amari Cooper ain't doing nothing like that with y'all need.
You crazy. He had 1,000-yard year every year.
Okay, he did that with us too.
Amari Cooper
But all we had was him.
Cooper's the man.
We only had him.
That's fine. You can't.
You're
moving the goalposts now.
No, I'm saying
Derek Carr is not better than that.
Well, guess what? I don't give a fuck anyway. I don't like him anyway. But I'm telling you.
Matter of fact, that's where I was gonna start before that Eric Bieniemy joint. Cowboys play the Raiders in Dallas next year.
I don't care.
You want to go?
No, they said nothing but a word.
All right.
I'll go anywhere else.
Yo, I hope COVID is over.
I'll go anywhere else.
We're going to see the Cowboys whoop the Raiders' ass.
I know that's right. I hear you talking.
I'm telling you.
He's going to be sick. I'm telling you right now.
Yo.
I'm not going to brag. You know what? This game, I have to.
We going to have to brag if we in the stadium.
Guess what? I'm going out to Dallas. I'm going to show my bun. Because guess what? We're going to beat the brakes off them.
We're going to have a tour. We're going to go take pictures
I
of
don't
the stars.
give a fuck about you.
And then we go watch.
Show me stomping it. Word up.
All night. I hope it's a night game.
I don't give a fuck what it is.
I hope it's a night game, man.
I don't care what it is. You know what I mean?
I want to go to that though. Seriously, I wish it was in Vegas.
Ain't nothing to even talk about, but you know what I'm saying. My whole thing,
actually not, because I never been to the AT&T.
What you think about the Super Bowl?
What it's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be a good game.
You know what I'm mad about?
I picked Green Bay though, but I'm glad. And shout out to Chris Godwin. Like we told y'all last week, we in Delaware. We actually in Middletown. He went to Middletown High School.
And shout out to the kid from
Green Bay. Yeah. Savage, Darnell Savage.
He went to
Caraville.
Yeah.
No.
Godwin went to
Godwin went to Middletown.
He went to Caraville.
Yeah.
No, he went to Caraville.
Shout out to y'all. There's some other Delaware high school football players.
I ain't from Delaware, so you know what I mean. I don't be known.
But I mean, you got Savage out, and I forgot about Savage.
No, I'm saying because I heard about it.
This guy's a Delaware.
You know, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm from Mount Vernon, straight up. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm mad at this COVID because the Super Bowl is the one game you don't have to hear these dudes, the commentators, because they be killing me, man. Listening to Tom Brady during the game and Pat Mahomes. Like, who's the chick that took over for Pam Oliver on the sideline?
I don't know her name.
It's fucking COVID. You saw what she did?
What she do?
What? Slow it down, my dick. No, but straight up, man.
Are you serious? She did.
No, she ain't do nothing. I couldn't wait. I said, I gotta get this off this week. We get hired. We get fired before we get hired. I don't give a fuck, man. I said, I gotta catch her.
I was there really waiting for the story. Like, damn, what she do during COVID?
Word up.
I thought you was about to say something crazy.
But seriously, you can't listen to the games.
Yeah, what you think about when Akeem leave?
I ain't pay no attention to it. Nah, I ain't asking you what he did, so you can try and get me back.
Nah. What's the name? To be honest, I can't even remember the things that he was saying. I just remember that he was bad. And I like Akeem to leave, but it ain't for everybody, man. Tony Romo got these cats thinking that all of them could do that.
He talked too much. Chris Collinsworth talked too much.
He does talk too much, but I think Romo is easier to deal with because he actually be making sense.
Romo be trying to tell you to play before it happens.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, yo, man, will you shut up? You never won a playoff game. You know
he did win a playoff game. Don't try to play with me.
Well, guess what? The bottom line
he had Derek Carr too.
I'm not saying he ain't. But what I'm saying is this dude was a perennial. He won, but he couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah.
Now you want to tell everybody else's playbook? Fuck out of here, man. You serious? Right now what they're going to do is a running play. You couldn't even catch a snap from a field goal.
Word, that hurt, though.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, Romo.
Yo, you know where I was?
I don't want to hear Romo.
You know where I was when that happened?
Nah, I don't know where
Yo,
he was at.
Tony, Yayo, if you watching this video, we was in, damn.
What you talking about? Yeah, yo, who?
College. My boy from
From G Unit?
No.
Oh, it's a
No.
fraudulent yayo out here somewhere?
Not fraudulent. That's my man, too.
No, I'm not saying that he's not.
Nah, it's not fraudulent. But,
his name was Tony Yayo?
we nicknamed him Yayo. His name is Tony. But,
Where
nah.
you from, VA?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I'm forgetting the town right now. But you had like his man that he played high school football with went to the league too. He was a running back for the Bengals.
Who's his man? Cedric Benson?
Nah, his name was Cedric though. Cedric. I forget his last name, but he was mainly
Is he entertainer?
Shut up, man.
I'm just saying.
He was mainly like a kick returner. But yeah, I forget the town. But it's like the country in Virginia. We was at a party, and I was watching the game on my phone, and we was in the middle of the party. I'm dancing with this chick, and this dude dropped the field goal. I was hurt, man.
You should have put it in a headlock like Vic did.
Oh my god, that was crazy, yo. Yeah, yo, Vic is crazy, man. College was nuts. This dude, this dude had an entire party scared to come outside.
Word. Now that was bugged out.
That was crazy.
You told him don't pop the trunk. What are you talking about, man? He didn't even drive down here.
That was crazy, man. But nah, yeah, shout out to Vic. That was fun. That was fun. College parties and stuff like that. Like, that was cool having people come out there and we just wild out.
But so who you got winning the Super Bowl?
Patrick Mahomes.
You think they're gonna beat Tampa?
Yeah, I think they're gonna beat Tampa.
I hate to say it, but I don't know. I think
you think they're gonna beat
their
them?
defense is tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Their defense is tough. They played very well against Green Bay, better than what I thought they were.
Yeah, they played real good. I think both defenses played really good in the AFC.
I don't think Kansas City could play like that on the regular.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the reason I think it's gonna be a close game, but I think the reason Kansas City is gonna win is because I think Patrick Mahomes is taking this game personal, and he's like, I need to win this game, so people look at me as the GOAT. Like, I think he take it personal.
He's not gonna be the GOAT.
No, I know he's not. I know he's not though. But I think it's similar to what we saw. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. What we saw with young Kobe when he had his opportunity.
Hold on, I'm glad you brought that up too. We can talk about that later. Well, you got Kansas City. I think Tampa gonna win.
I think this is like when Kobe in the All-Star game was like, I got Mike.
Yeah, but that's the All-Star game where ain't nobody.
No, I'm saying, but I think Patrick Mahomes, me personally
totally
watching him.
Different.
No, but I'm saying me watching him last week talk, and he didn't say nothing crazy, but I think I could feel it, like, and see it in his eyes where he was like, yo, when he said I forgot what his exact words was, but like basically he needs to be included in the conversation when you're talking about the greats, like consistently, and because it sounded like he felt slighted that it was that much talk about Brady.
He only been in the league, what, 3 years?
I know.
4 years?
He only been in the league 3 years, and he got a Super Bowl in year 2? No, he been in the league 4 years. His second year as a starter.
Right.
But, yeah, man, I see in him, he's taking it personal.
He can't take that personal, though, because...
He can't, but you know the greats always find something.
Yeah, but you got, son, in order to compare yourself to this dude is in his 10th Super Bowl. You know how many teams ain't never been to 10 Super Bowls?
I understand. You talking rationally, though. But to be great at anything, you got to be crazy.
This is 10th Super Bowl, and how many he won? 6?
Yeah. But did you hear what I just said?
He got to get this.
He's crazy.
Skip!
He's crazy. Listen, he's crazy. I'm telling you.
He's 26 years old, Skip.
Yo.
I'm telling you.
To be great at anything,
yes, you have to be
insane. You have to be insane and when it comes to that thing. I think Patrick Mahomes is insane when it comes to his pursuit of excellence when it comes to football. And I think that insanity has him taking that personal, which I can fully understand. Because when I played, I'm not nearly on that level. I would find things and be like, yo.
That's totally different.
That's what I think it is with him.
You're talking about a dude, okay, you got there, this is your third year, your third year starting? Second?
Third.
His third year starting.
And he in his second Super Bowl.
Right. Okay. But guess what? You could look at it from a standpoint that you got a chance to beat the dude in the Super Bowl. That's fine, because you lost to him 1 year in which
to get to the AFC Championship.
You know what I mean? But
to get to the Super Bowl.
To get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But him, like already saying, he gonna be a GOAT. Okay, you can win. You still ain't the GOAT. You still got other people you got to catch before Tom Brady.
Yeah, I understand that.
You still got to catch Montana, even though I don't like him. Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah.
You
but I think you're missing my point. What you're saying is correct. I agree with what you're saying, because that's rational. But what I'm saying is he's insane.
He played for Kansas City, right?
He's not thinking rationally.
I don't care.
And that's why, too, because he's a Raiders fan. I understand it, because I'm like that when it comes to the Eagles.
I'm just saying, like, you got to be real about it. If Derek Carr came out and said something and I liked him, you know what I mean? Or you know, a quarterback that I like say Aaron Rodgers or somebody like that, said that, like, you out your mind, man. And every crazy ain't a good crazy. No, every crazy ain't a good crazy. Some crazy, you need to be in a padded room somewhere banging your head on the wall. You know what I'm saying? You got to be.
But that crazy is a good crazy.
Listen, no, it ain't.
Yes,
because
it is.
You got to look. Listen, man, there's crazy and then there's crazy. Crazy is what he would be thinking if he's a GOAT after he wins 2 Super Bowls. So Eli Manning could call himself the GOAT.
No.
And both his, he beat the dude.
Nah, he ain't the GOAT. I'm just saying.
What are we saying then?
I say he's crazy.
Because Eli walked around here slobbing on himself and he beat the man twice.
You can't say that. You can't say that.
What else?
Nothing.
Well, you're right. My bad. I didn't mean to say it like that. I'm just saying. But, you know what I mean? Eli walked around here looking like he was a deer in headlights, but he beat the GOAT twice.
Nah, Eli did do that. But
his 2 Super Bowls was against the best team, period.
Yeah, but you misunderstanding what I'm saying.
No, I understand what you're saying. The dude don't have no sense.
I said that, though.
Yeah, but that's a bad no sense.
Right.
That means, guess what? If he get hurt tomorrow, he'll be sitting somewhere.
I'll tell you this.
Going absolutely ape, you know what?
Yeah, and when you are like that, you do. I tell you what, I will take that type of crazy on my team any day.
Anybody.
Any day.
You'll take anybody right now.
Nah.
Y'all home just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Anybody can say that. Everybody want to go to see their team in the Super Bowl.
Yo, and speaking of seeing my team in the Super Bowl, you seen the Crown Royal? How, like, in the cities of your team, they give you the football bag with the team logo on it?
Yeah, what about it?
I got my Cowboys.
Oh, what that mean?
It's on shutdown until we hoist that Lombardi Trophy again.
Well, that shit gonna go stale.
No. But it's gonna happen for us soon.
Alright, hey.
What you want to get into next?
No,
you never said who you think gonna win.
I said I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay.
Oh, because of defense. You just said it.
Come on, man. You gotta listen, B.
You're right. Hold on.
How you got people listening to the podcast and viewing and listening to the podcast and you not
and I'm not listening.
And I'm right here next to you.
That is crazy.
You want to talk about homeboy that beat up that girl?
Oh, yeah. That was the thing. Yeah. So, what's the name? When I hit you earlier about that, they hadn't yet, like ESPN still hadn't said anything. So what we talking about right now?
ESPN still didn't say nothing all day.
They released a...
only because what's her name spoke on it? NFL Network.
Okay, so they was following
Right, NFL Network, this is the second day they spoke about it.
Yeah, because it happened over 24 hours ago.
Right, but NFL Network spoke on it twice.
Okay. Yeah, and I want to make sure I say his name because you got Chad Wheeler.
Chad Wheeler.
Chad Wheeler, offensive lineman for the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle said that his contract was expiring and they won't be re-signing him. But what happened was, so him and his girlfriend at home, there was a domestic violence incident in which he wanted her to bow for him and she refused to bow for him, so he beat her up. I ain't gonna go in like crazy detail because I mean it's a sensitive situation.
Say what he did. He choked her out.
Yeah, choked her out.
Almost killed her. Then she went in the bathroom He went in the bathroom, he picked the lock to go in the bathroom, and was like, oh shoot, you alive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He was shocked that she was alive and went back and ate dinner while she's trying to.
No, he was still in the bathroom when the police came. Then he was non-compliant.
Yeah. And then the issue I had with the situation is the lack of coverage with the situation, and then also how they like paint the picture for him, where it's like suspicion. Suspicion was a word that was used to describe the incident. Like when in other situations, I understand they were on video, but I feel like the reporting behind situations, and we ain't got to get into like names.
No, because I knew that you was gonna go there when you texted me about it today, that you want to talk on the subject. But the same thing was done with Greg Hardy.
Yeah,
it was suspicion. Yeah. That one situation that was on video, and shout out to you. You already know. You know I got love for you, boy, and I can't stand that shit. But Greg Hardy was in the same situation where the woman, he threw her on guns where she was scared to death. The neighbor came and said she was bloodied up, and they still let him play.
Yeah.
Because she was scared to go to court. They knew what happened. The neighbors, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? It's this one, you know what I mean? It's like.
But I would say, too, like in the Greg Hardy situation is definitely like a tough one. But I would,
what makes it?
No, I'm not talking about tough. I'm not talking about tough as far as the situation, like our view of the situation. I'm talking about like the fact that they allowed him to play. That's tough for like that victim to see that he's able to go continue. That's what I mean. That's tough.
And if he wouldn't have bugged out on the coaches, as a matter of fact, he played for the Cowboys.
Yeah, he did. That's why I said it was tough, because
if he wouldn't have bugged out on one of the coaches,
he probably still be in the league. Yeah, and that's because he was productive. Which
you got people that still go by pay-per-view seeing him do
MMA. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, man, you can't respect a dude like that. I don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, man, you bugging. Like, you know what I'm saying? You putting hands on a woman, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that most men at one point have done it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm being totally honest. I'm not trying to be politically correct, like you never raise your hand. I never raise my hand to a woman. It's sometimes it is situations where, you know what I mean, like you might be trying to get out the house, get away from the argument and stuff like that, and you know, listen, man, we know
things happen.
Right.
And we're all human, so people make mistakes. So my thing is, I'm not upset. Like in those other situations, I felt like the reaction and the outrage may have been warranted. Do those people, they deserve a second chance in society? Yes. My point is that if you're gonna take a hard line on one situation, it needs to be that way in all situations.
Now that I agree.
That's my beef. Because just like you're talking about with the Greg Hardy situation, he's allowed to continue his career. You know what I'm saying? This guy, I don't think he'll be allowed to continue his career.
Well,
but I think
he wasn't a star.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was getting into.
Had
he been an All-Pro at his position,
we would have to see.
I think we would see something a little bit different. But my thing is, like, shout out to the victims of those situations, because I know that can't be easy. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say is, yeah, we do have to have grace in these situations for these individuals. But if you're gonna take a hard line, which I support taking a hard line, I would do the same. But I'm gonna be consistent across the board.
Right.
You can't move the goalposts based on the person. And I think the goalposts was moved based on this person because they like, oh, we don't have to really take that hard line because he wasn't that good anyway, so he probably wasn't gonna get another contract.
You know when you'll know? That don't mean nothing, because like they said on NFL Network, he's supposed to be in the commissioner's protocol.
Mm-hmm.
So now you'll know what's going on with that.
Right, because those people go into the commissioner's protocol even if they free agents on the street.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We had
all
a few
you gotta
of them.
do is look at Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
He was in the protocol for something nobody knows what
happened. Yeah.
But it involved two women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's messed up. Like, I think the dude is crazy. I think he needs meds, man. Cause they said he was standing there hugged up with her like when the
Yeah.
police came in.
And that's my thing too, though. I feel like that's another thing. And if it's a legit situation where somebody is like they have an illness, by all means, go get help. But I feel like they pick and choose when they want to assign like that crazy card. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Was like, oh, well, he did this. He suffered from XYZ, right? Instead of just like, okay, what happened here was wrong.
Right.
Let's focus on it being wrong.
Right.
Right now is not the time to try to develop a sympathy and reason on the behalf of the perpetrator. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't like when they do that type of stuff. Like that's crazy.
Listen, man, it's always a double standard. I got a story that not pertaining to football, you know what I mean, that I wanted to talk about too, dealing with the judicial system.
Yeah.
And the way they handle certain things, you know what I mean?
Speak on it.
What's that chick name? Oh man, hold on.
Yeah, I was looking at the list I was talking about, but yeah, good. I like where this is going. I'm picking up what you putting down.
I ain't gonna front. On a lighter note, this is not Fresh Out sitting next to me. This nigga look like Fresh Out right now.
Who's Fresh Out?
Fresh Out ain't nothing to go back. What the fuck is we doing? This nigga got a do-rag on his glasses. I'm nervous over here thinking he gonna try and rob me or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck going on.
This dude is crazy.
All right. Listen. All right. Now, on a serious note,
I'm talking about serious.
Nah, it's serious, man. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, you got me over here nervous, you know what I mean? He done took up half the couch now, you know what I'm saying? He got his fresh out, he got his Timbs on,
nah.
you can't see. When we walked down here, I was wondering why he was, I'm like, yo, hold on, man.
I had a
You ain't had the do-rag and the glasses on. Like, yo, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, all right, we going in the base of the shack. That's why I walked that way. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I ain't walking this way. But, nah, on a serious note.
Serious note now.
This caption, I had to, I screenshotted it.
Yo, if y'all see me
I'm just saying.
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at what you about to say.
Nah, this is facts though.
I ain't laughing at the fact.
Yo. Alright, we're gonna have to come back to that.
Nah, go ahead.
Listen.
Go ahead.
Please, when y'all watch this, man, leave the comments and tell me am I lying that he don't look like he walking around here like you know what I'm saying? Like he about to spit a razor or some shit, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, yo, nah, I'm not walking that way, I'm walking this way, man. Word up. But can we get to back to regularly scheduled program?
Good. I ain't gonna say nothing. Oh man.
What?
Go ahead, man.
Alright. It deals with the justice system and the chick Riley Williams that's charged with stealing Nancy Pelosi's laptop from the Capitol during the insurgents, and she was videotaped and also posted, I guess, on social media that she was taking it to and trying to sell it to Russians. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they arrested her, but then released her to her mother. Right?
Mhm.
Now, what's your take on that first?
What? Like her treatment and like?
Yeah, because that to me, that's
treason.
That's not only is that treason.
Or treason on what the word I'm looking for.
That's domestic terrorism also.
Yeah, let me make sure I don't want to sound crazy on here.
No, it is treason if you trying to sell things that could be related to our government to the Russians.
Yeah.
And you posted it, so it's not nothing that they thinking about. This is actual fact coming from her.
I just make sure,
But Yeah, because, you know, law library, you know what I mean, you gotta make sure. But, but nah, on serious. Like, and then they released her to her mother.
Yeah.
Now, the other case that's crazy to me, I know most people heard of it, but it's similar, but it's different too. Where you got a kid that was walking wherever he was walking on his way home, and he get pulled over.
Oh, the special needs kid.
Yeah, and unjustly identified as taking part in a robbery. He didn't get released home. They locked him up and left him in jail. He couldn't afford a lawyer, nothing.
Oh, this ain't the special needs kid.
Yeah, it's Khalid Browder.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's not the,
He's special needs. He was special needs.
I'm sorry. Okay, okay.
You know what I mean? He did a total, he was 16, right? He spent 3 years in Rikers because he couldn't afford bail. He maintained his innocence the whole time. And after 3 years, all charges was dropped because they didn't have no evidence. And then, if I'm not mistaken, this dude ended up killing himself.
Yeah, no, he did.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, I was saying the special needs kid I was referring to was from this past year. I wasn't talking about. That's what I was asking.
Oh.
But nah, that story is crazy though.
Now this is a kid that's alleged to have robbed somebody.
Right.
But you lock him up. This is somebody you have not only on her
And a
own
minor.
social media.
And a minor.
Yeah, but they're not. They're 16. You can go to jail.
No, but I'm saying though, like you would think, because the example you're comparing it to is a woman that was released to her mother.
Right.
Like you would think in any of the two situations, he would have been the one released to his mom.
But not only do you have full evidence on film from the cameras in the Capitol building, you have her on her social media with the laptop and out her own mouth saying what she's trying to do. She didn't get a bail or nothing. She got released on her own recognizance to her parents. And neither one of these cases have neither person had a prior. But because he's from, like we were saying last week about the privileged and the underprivileged.
Oh yeah.
He's underprivileged from, you know, I quote unquote the hood. We gonna put him through the ringer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But her, we not gonna send her because she would be going to jail, and once she's convicted, if she convicted, she going to federal prison, bro.
Yeah.
You know
As
what
she
I mean?
should.
Right. And matter of fact, in D.C., when you get arrested, they don't have county jails. So every crime becomes you do federal time behind it. You know what I mean? So that's another thing to watch. Huh?
This has a shared location?
Yeah, D.C., when you get locked up in the District of Columbia, they don't have county jails. So your time, you do it in Fed time. And when you do the Fed time, you could be anywhere in the country. You know what I mean? But all of this shows how they, and it ain't just black and white. They show when they pick and choose to do things. In this case, it happens to be black and white, and it happens a lot in the cases of black and white where, like, even when you see, like, you know, I hate to bring it up again, but the kid that got killed in Philadelphia last year, in 2020, when his mom was called the police, and they was telling him that, yo, you know, he's, you know, he, like you said, special needs, and he flips out. They shot him. Okay, cool. But I seen the same situation with a white guy rushing at police. They tased him. He pulled the taser out, kept rushing, but they found a way to tackle him. They didn't feel threatened. And that to me just bugs me out. And I'm gonna tell you, it's funny that all of this happened now because I've been trying to get people to watch American Skin.
Oh yeah.
Because that movie was so profound. That I ain't gonna lie. Some of y'all that seen the movie, or some of y'all that's gonna see the movie, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Me, my name is Wise. This ain't got nothing to do with Chris. This is not the Total Thoughts of 8672 podcast. This is me. When he had them in that police station,
yeah,
I was laughing my ass off because that's when I knew what the plot was going to be, how it was going to go down, and the way they was telling on themselves, they was explaining what we already know.
Yeah.
But the fact that they were so scared, and they were saying it, but they were so scared. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like when he told homeboy,
he
told him to call his wife.
Oh, yeah, when he flipped his.
I bugged out.
Oh yeah, you talking about when
I
he
was
said,
dying. I don't think I'm gonna make it out of here.
No, when he was like, I've been carrying this feeling.
Now you know how I feel.
That was hard.
Yo, I was like, yo, son.
Yeah.
See, people don't understand that. And you know what I thought about? One time I was down in the Bronx. I was actually on Hunts Point, and I made the left turn against the red light. The light was just turning red. And you know, on the Bruckner, you got to cross under, and then oncoming traffic is coming that way. So I had to make it through both lights. Mm-hmm. So the cop was there, and I seen him, but I was going to work, and I was late. But when he pulled me over, right there, anybody know about Spofford, the McDonald's, and all that? He pulled me over. I put my hands out the window. As he was walking, he walked up and was like, "You can put your hands back in the car." So I put my hands on the steering wheel like homeboy had him in the movie, and I had my fingers up. The cop looked at me, I no lie, and was like, "You think this shit is a joke? You trying to be funny?" I said, "Nah." I was like, "I swear, and I hope somebody's filming this shit. I know I'm wrong. I'm going to tell you what I did. My license," I said, "my license in my back pocket in my wallet. My registration's in the glove compartment. I ran the light. I know what I did." And he was like, "You think this shit is a joke?" I said, "No, I'm not playing." I was like, "Yo, y'all find any reason to say that I'm reaching for something and things of that nature? I ain't got time for all that." I was like, "I'm late for work. You can go over there and ask the boss whatever, but I'm late." And he was like, "Yo, let me see your license." I was like, "All right." I'm telling him, I'm reaching in my back pocket. He was like, "This shit is funny to you." I was like, "This ain't funny. I'm being for real." Gave him my license. He looked at my license and gave it back to me and was like, "Yo, get out of here, man." It's like, "This shit ain't a joke." I was like, I'm not laughing the whole time. This is for real. And like homeboy said, how you know how fast he was going?
Right.
Then he gonna tell him, "I profiled you because
it was a nice neighborhood.
In a nice neighborhood, and you in a messed up car."
Yeah.
Man, it's rich people that I done been delivering to their house that they got messed up cars. You wouldn't even know they was rich.
Right, because they don't want to buy new because it depreciates immediately. So to save the money.
But it's just crazy, man. Like, and then people be wondering why we harbor feelings like this, and be angry about certain things that we may see.
Yeah, but and I'm glad you used the word angry. Yeah, we are angry, but I'm tired of the narrative where it's like it's looked at as something that is not understandable. Where it's like I can't have these conversations because every time I do, black people get angry. Like, yeah, you would be angry too. I mean, and to go further in that conversation, because what happened in the movie, and if you didn't see it, I apologize, but like when he admits like to that profiling and admits their view of us, like you can't help but be angry. You know what I mean? Like, I know too many people who are the opposite of that to allow somebody to be like, "Okay, this is how I feel about you. If I see you here, I'm automatically assuming that there's something wrong." Or to be in a store or something and a woman is clutching her purse, or to watch people pass up the elevator if you in the elevator and they would be getting on and it'd be only you two in the elevator, they let the joint go. You know what I'm saying? Like that just doesn't feel good. You know what I mean? And you don't even have to know the person, but that, like, it develops a sense of what you are from the outside. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Their viewpoint. And I was talking to one of my mans the other day about this exact thing, and like we were talking about how we view ourselves and the imaging that we see of the representation of us is big, right? So we started to talk about like the type of TV shows that would be out, and even the positive ones, and you can start nitpicking like the character flaws that they put on positive people. So like even the Cosby, like that was a great show, right? But if you were to really break that show down, all of the Huxtable, Bill Cosby was painted to be the perfect father, right? And he was a black man. But if you look at his character, he was also elderly, right? So that puts a perspective like, oh shoot, like he ain't gonna be around that long. You know what I'm saying? Like if you could have easily captured the same thing with a younger black man, you know what I'm saying? And that little flaw, because if you look at it now, you think like if you saw an old man on the street and you had to fight him, you would feel pretty confident that you could win that fight. You know what I'm saying? So from a protection standpoint, it weakens that character. I remember Rock. Rock was another one where he was a good stand-up black man, wife, and things like that. But what did they do? They made him a trash man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and this stuff might sound like mad petty, but it's going to sound petty to someone who doesn't have to watch that and view themselves as that, right? So we look at these situations and we're like, from the Cosby Show, Bill Cosby was successful, but maybe I won't be successful until I get that old, right? Because I'm not seeing anybody that's like a young adult that's successful.
No. He was successful because...
No, but what I'm saying is...
what his profession was.
Yeah.
And that's very hard to find in the hood where one's a doctor and one's a lawyer.
I understand that, but I think it's also hard to find because we didn't really... that wasn't like pushed on us either. You know what I'm saying? Like when white kids watch TV, they see more of those positive characters. And when you look at a show like Full House, where all of those people were considered to have healthy relationships, right? Those wasn't old. They wasn't old.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, you could have had a character that...
I didn't watch Full House.
Huh? We did. We used to watch TGIF. I ain't no front. I used to watch all them shows. Full House, Blossom, all that, like, all that stuff. I used to watch all of that. But 90s was dope. But what I'm saying is, there was always like some type of character flaw, like even with Family Matters. Like,
you talk about shit I never watched.
But I'm just saying, like from me.
Right.
But like when you look at him, he was a cop. That was considered a good job. But he was also an overweight cop and liked to overeat and things like that. So they put undisciplined flaws on him to make him, like, when you look at the character, you'd be like,
oh, you talking about? I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? So like they make it and it's nitpicky, but it's nitpicky to the outside. But from the inside, you gotta understand that everything that you're taking in, whether it be reading, viewing, or listening, it's put together in that way for a reason. Right?
That's why they call TV Tell Lies to the Vision.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, everything glorified in our culture.
In pop culture?
Is...
Or hip-hop culture?
No, in our culture.
Or hip-hop culture, yeah.
Is being an athlete, an entertainer, or a drug dealer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, these are things that you walk outside your house, you see. Not only do you see that there, then most of the movies, they showing you this.
Right.
So then when you do see a Cosby Show come on, you like, damn, okay, all of them went to school. Right? Mm-hmm. All of them went to school. Theo was the one that he was the one that a lot of people could relate to because he was bad in school. His grades wasn't really up to par. He wasn't sure if Theo was going to go to college. Yeah. Then they came with a different world, where all of them was in college at a black, historical black, you know what I mean, black college. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't the picture they wanted to paint. Right. They didn't really push that show. They pushed the show where they had what's her name? The young girl Tootie in a home with all the other white kids. I can't remember. I forget the name of the show. But this is the narrative they paint. Like, you ain't gonna get out of the hood unless you become an athlete entertainer, or you might get out the hood as far as hustling and doing things like that, but they're not telling you what the backstory to that dude that's hustling got to deal with. He gonna get killed, or he going to jail, or he gonna get somebody in his family killed because somebody want what he got. You know what I mean? They show all these cars on TV where these kids don't even realize and they don't know. And I ain't gonna lie, I didn't realize until I got to my teenage years that they'll show you all the cars that you could afford, the price of them. Think about that. When they show a Ford, Toyota, Hyundai, or whatever, they show you what you can get for how much down.
Right.
You see a commercial with a Benz or nothing, it's already understood. You can't get that, so I'm not showing you the price. You understand what I'm saying? So you not seeing that. And when you do see somebody in the hood that have that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Like I remember you told me one time that you think kids look at kids that might grow up in buildings or they renting out apartments in a house, look at a kid that owns his house or his family and own his house like he think he better. That all depends on the kid's character.
Yeah.
If you could live in a house and you could be cool as, you know what I mean, all outdoors. You know what I mean? And you can have a Benz in your driveway. Yeah, we gonna, that's my car. I'm gonna get that when we grow up. You know, everybody played that game.
Yeah.
But everything is on your character.
Yeah,
You
no,
know what I mean?
my statement wasn't as far as, I think you mixed up what I was saying. What I'm saying is, as a kid, because I felt this way. That's why I talked about it. I looked at it as, from a kid being in a building like that, I just, for whatever was inside of me, I wasn't saying what they were like. I just didn't like people. If you had a house, I was hating on you pretty much. I was just hating. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, because I wanted that, and because I didn't have that, I was hating on them. It wasn't like I thought they was anyway. Like I wanted what they had, and because I didn't have it, I was bitter about it. It wasn't nothing like.
But see, I'm glad you said that too, the hate, because that's something that we all got to stop doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's one thing I can honestly say that I was never like that. If you had it, I felt that I could get it. You know what I mean? I'm not hating on nobody. Like,
but I'm not talking about as an adult.
I'm saying as period, as a kid. Like I had friends like that. They had cars. They had different things that I know I wasn't getting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't. All right. One day I'm gonna get it. You know what I mean? Like, as long as you're not stunting on me, you know what I'm saying, and thinking you better than me because you got that, then we go all be cool and stuff like that. You know, and I think that's one thing too with this generation. People don't want to hear the truth because the truth, you automatically a hater.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, they can't accept constructive criticism.
Right.
But I also think,
bananas.
in some instances, it stops being constructive and starts turning to criticism. We could go in that too when we talk about like how Shaq and Chuck be treating the young NBA players. That's what I'm more so talking about in that regard. But no, I think the new generation as a whole, they can't accept constructive criticism. But what I will say is, when I say, like, hate may sound like a strong word when it comes from me, but that's how I felt about it. But ironically, all of, like, my close-knit group of friends all fell into that category when I first was around. When I moved here is when I, like, felt that way. But so, like, I definitely, even if I at one point was hating, I still looked at them for the people they were and was able to blossom into, like, over 20-year friendship. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it definitely, you don't want it to be in a situation where it clouds your judgment of a person. Like, it didn't do that for me. It was just a situation where I aspired to have something, and it hurt me that I didn't have it. That's what it was, and it was just like, for the people that fell in a situation that had it, I was just like, damn, I want that. Like, so it just bothered me. It really did, and it took me to get older to understand. Like, I didn't have that, like, your viewpoint when I was like 13, 14. I was like, damn, like, why can't I have that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Because I didn't look at it initially and be like, I can have that, I thought that I was in a situation where I couldn't. Like, it was just like, man, like, what happened with us while we can't have that type of stuff?
See, I always looked at it like from the standpoint of, when I looked at TV, you know what I'm saying, I used to fantasize like you do when you watch sports.
Yeah.
You want to be like your favorite basketball player. You want to be like your favorite baseball, football player, whatever. So when I saw the Cosby Show, my whole thing was like, yo, I got that. I'm just in the building. But now when I'm able to give it to my kids, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to give it to them. You know what I mean? But you got some people that I know for a fact that I met a lot of people living in them buildings that they didn't want no house.
Yeah.
They didn't, yeah, I could go buy a house tomorrow, but I don't want the responsibility.
Yeah.
I'm fine with maintenance coming in here and doing the fixing of anything that's broke. And you got people that live in buildings that have been living there for years on years on years.
Yeah, no, you got, they be there 20,
and you know what? And I'll be honest with you. I think that's one of the best experiences that I had, living in a building. Because everybody in those buildings looked out. Like, even the neighborhood I live in now. It was different because when I moved down here, I didn't know nobody. Mm-hmm. But everybody knew my kids. You know what I'm saying? And everybody knew who I was. And I wasn't home all the time. You know what I'm saying? I was mostly in New York. And then come down for a couple of days. And then I'm back in New York. But excuse me, when you living in a building, that close-knit stuff that happens, that builds that it takes a village to raise a child. Like, cause like we had a neighbor, my man called me before we started today. My kids would be running down the hallway, and she hear them running, and she would, like clockwork, catch them right at her door. My man Mom, my man Keith, and give them a big bag of cookies. That's homemade joints. When I moved down here, I told him, I was like, yo, tell your moms I miss them cookies, man. I just wish the kids could run down the hall one time and she could hear them, like, you know what I mean? Like, stuff like that you miss, man.
Yeah.
But,
but that you kind of, I'm glad you talked about that too, because that kind of led me to something I was thinking about before, where it's like, me too. I wanted a house, but that's not to say that my experience living in an apartment building wasn't good. Like, we had a lot of fun with things like that. And it leads me to the point where I was thinking before was like, it's easy for someone who comes from that type of situation to level up and live. You get a house and stuff like that. I think it's easier, or we're able to handle it. We can adapt because of that environment. You going and dealing with like what they call first world problems. You know what I'm saying? The responsibilities and things like that. Somebody coming from that, you introduced to house and you got yard and stuff like that, and you got to go into an apartment building, those people I think crumble.
Yeah, look at the Ponzi scheme. Yeah. When Madoff did what he did, them people wasn't broke.
Yeah.
Think about this.
Yeah.
They wasn't broke. Like, they broke to them. It's not even more money than I got in the bank than you got in the bank right now.
Yeah. Right, put together.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah. But you looking at it like, I'm broke.
Hurting. Yeah.
They killing themselves, all kind of stuff, because they might be down to say $100,000.
Yeah, that's crazy.
$300,000, $500,000. Yeah. Okay, yeah, you lost. You might not have had $50 million, or they down to $5 million. You talking about, yo, man, hold on. Shit, you
people making $20 stretch for 2 weeks.
What? Man, listen, listen. People that know me know, man. I lived off Chinese food, white rice, and gallons of water. God bless his dad. My grandfather used to be like, listen, man, you want to be out here grown? You want to make babies?
Yo, hold on.
I'm not cooking nothing.
Well, what did you see in my refrigerator when I was...
Oh, nah, his shit was straight struggle. That shit right there, man, you open the shit, you was lucky if the light came on. That's fact. I felt bad for him. I was like, yo, and your friends know, because I told them all, like, yo, you need to tell him he need to stop over here, Cause my wife cooked. He need to come get a plate. He
Ah,
needs
yo.
food for the week because my
Yo.
kids don't like leftovers. His shit, you open. Listen,
It was ramen, not in the fridge.
that was in the cabinet, man.
The fridge was just water.
Right or nothing. You was lucky if the light came on.
I had the canned tuna. Yo, I swear, I lived a while off of this.
The craziest shit. And I hope somebody that was there is watching this shit because they gonna fall out.
On City Island?
The first time I took you to City Island, and yo, this
That was the first time. That was just after
This
when I
dude
came from school.
was like this. We in Seafood City for those that know. He had his plate cuffed. Everybody talking bullshit, Henny Coolers is flowing, and he like this. Like, yo, come up for a breath, man. Ain't nobody gonna take this shit. He like, I don't know about y'all, but yo, I don't eat like this. This motherfucker hungry. He hungry as hell. That motherfucker cuffed that shit like, oh shit. You'd have thought like, yo, man, that was some funny shit.
Nah, yeah.
That was funny as hell.
I used to get the what was it?
No, that wasn't the night Vic bugged out on the chicks.
Nah, that was another
My cousin just came home.
No, that was that night. Yeah, that was that night.
Yo, excuse me. You with them? Yeah.
You were wrong. That's right at the Melbourne.
Yeah. Nah, we had some good times, but trust me, living in a building, man.
That 85-cent tuna. When I wanted to splurge, I got the white albacore joint. That joint was way better, but it was 98 cents instead of the 80.
I ain't no front. You know, I did hate. I did have hate in my heart. When I played sports, you know what I hated? I didn't care where you came from. You know what I hated?
What?
You could have been in the building. You could have been homeless. But if I look in them fucking stands and everybody yelling, hey, yeah, go ahead, Johnny.
Oh,
I hated that shit. I hated that. Because I was the kid that got a ride with my friends. I got a ride to the games with my friends. I remember one year, we had a football banquet. I couldn't go. My man Pops paid, and he gave me a lineup. Yo, my shit was nappy as hell. And I wore somebody else's shirt. Word of mouth. But that you didn't know you was broke until you got to middle school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Middle school and high school is
when
you
was started
dressing and all that. But in elementary school, you wasn't know you a bum ass nigga. You was a bum ass nigga when you got in 7th or 8th grade. High school, you like this. You go to class. You go to class. You be talking to a chick. You be like this. Yeah, so you know what I mean. And they be like this. And you like, yo, what happened? Like, you thinking you got a booger? And she be like, yo, really? Really what?
You got a quarter right.
You wore them pants on Monday.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday.
You got the same stain on the left.
You know what I mean? You go home, yo. God forbid you have a jelly donut.
Yo,
and
you
be like
this. Having the ink from the pen.
Yeah,
you put your pen in your pocket.
Nah, I never did that.
Yo.
After that shit happened to me one time.
Oh my God.
I ain't gonna find high school. I ain't carry pens. I ain't even carry books. I remember when mommy came to school one time, and they was like, yeah, well, we need him to turn in his books. Man, I ain't know my locker number. All the combination.
He said one time, teacher told him, this is the first time I met your son.
Yeah, that's because they had a card. They said, yeah, we kicking them out because we had like 181 days of school so far, and in this class he missed 179. I said, that ain't me. I was like, that ain't me. That's say John. John. My name ain't John with the last name. So I knew who he was. I was like, damn, man, this dude don't go to no classes, man. Like, damn. They was like, oh. Here you go. Gave the shit to mommy. She's like, this is you? I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I mean, go on to class, though. They took me to the class. Oh, nice to meet you. This is the first day I met him. I was like this. Your shit goes.
Yeah.
Yo.
I'm on there Play-Doh, man. And all my boys from high school know I didn't even really have a 10th grade year. I was you talk about I was on straight up house arrest.
In 9th grade, I was on the honor roll. From that, man, listen, I remember we moved to Virginia. When we moved to Richmond, my cousin Nicole lived in the complex, right? So the bus would come pick you up in the front of the complex.
In front of the little U mark.
Yeah. Yeah, I would walk up there like I was going to get on that bus. I already had a 40 and everything at Nicole crib. Catch her before she go to work. She be like, you ain't going to school. You know I ain't going to school. I'll be in her crib all day. She come home. It's time for me to act like I got off the bus. Walk up there, yo, I'm going back to Nicole crib. Listen, I couldn't wait, man. School wasn't it, man.
Oh, man.
School wasn't it. Not for me, but for my kids, yeah. And some of y'all see me post. I'm proud of my kids.
Yeah.
All of them graduated high school, except for the youngest one. She ain't there yet, but she thinks she graduated. You know what I mean? But, nah. I graduated too, though. I do have a diploma.
Yeah.
I do.
Let's say I was the opposite of you, like not grades wise for a period, but I didn't want to miss school. I just didn't want to do school. Like I was like I ain't staying home because everybody wanted to be around at that school.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah, so like I was going to school, but 10th grade year I didn't do nothing.
My day in school, real talk. Get to school first period, stay in the courtyard, smoke weed and cigarettes. Second period, because my first period teacher, once the bell rings, she locked the door. You had to be in the classroom. Nobody was doing that. And I'm not running for no bell. Second period, I'll be in the bathroom. I usually shooting dice. Third period, one class I would go to, we had study hall because they would let anybody in there, so we just having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth period, fifth period, sixth period, I'm in lunch. Seventh period, I'm outside at the ice cream truck. If it was cold outside, everybody was going home.
Man, nah. I used to have fun.
So you wake up in the morning, just think about that. You waking up every morning just to go to a building so you can see your friends. You know what I'm saying? Then you be tight with your friend, be like, yo, man, I'm trying to graduate out of here, nigga. You need to go to school. You be like this. Look at this, look at here. Now you better than me. You better than me?
Nah, listen, I was like in there that just 10th grade year, and that's only because I thought I was gonna be able to come back to New York. So we moved here in 9th grade, and I wasn't on honor roll, but I did good enough to where I wasn't in trouble. 10th grade year, I had a bad first marking period, and then she was like, well, you know what, since you don't know how to act out here, you can go back to New York and live with your brother. So I was like, in my head, my 14, 15-year-old mind, I was like, dang, if she thinks that was bad, I'm going to really mess up. So she know I need to really get out of here. This ain't good for me. Like, I need to go back to New York. I did absolutely nothing, Like, my midterm, all my marking periods in final was all F. Had a .6 GPA. And the only reason I got a .6 was because the first marking period wasn't that bad. I just messed up a little bit. I messed up a little bit because it was bad, but it wasn't straight F bad. And then at the end of the year, she gonna renege. She gonna say, you stay here. So then I had to like do double work. So I never was a junior in high school. I was a sophomore.
Yo, you know it's bad when you're in a high school so long. You know the new security guards and they don't know you. And you telling them, listen, you can't tell me what to do. You ain't been here longer than me. You only been here a year. You better get out of here. I've been here 5 years.
Yeah.
Get out of here, man.
High school was fun though.
Our high school was definitely fun. I remember I almost caught. I didn't know you could get arrested for inciting a riot. Somebody started a fire in a locker. They put us all in the auditorium. And I looked up and saw the smoke coming through the vent. And I was like, they trying to kill us! And I got up and started running out. And everybody was running. Yeah, they tracked me down in front of everybody. Get in here! Like what? They was like, you about to be arrested for inciting a riot. Whoa, whoa. No, this is just comedy. It's like Tyler said, this is jokes, man. And nah, this shit ain't no joke. You got the whole school in an uproar. I was like, damn, man.
I remember I thought high school was going to be like, you know how you watch shows on TV? Well, Mount Vernon High actually got that, like that little, the courtyard where you walk under the...
Yeah.
I thought, all high schools was like that.
Mount Vernon High also got metal detectors, too.
I know, middle school.
Like, lean on me.
Yeah. Take the chains off the door! Yo. Didn't you say he was supposed to come?
Yeah,
he was supposed to come to Mount
Vernon High?
Vernon?
Everybody was like, yo, he in for a big surprise. We ain't going for that over here. That ain't happening here. Yeah, the high was different. Like, yo, people don't realize, man, a lot of talent came out of Mount Vernon and a lot of hard-headed motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Mount Vernon's different, man. Mount Vernon's different. For real.
I love it, though. And I think one thing for sure, like, you coming out of Mount Vernon, like you said, a lot of talent came out of there. I think you come out of Mount Vernon, you could do anything. But I think it's similar to a lot of the rougher situations. I think the people who make it out of there, they're successful.
See, Mount Vernon is different because
not to
then everybody knew everybody.
Yeah, but you could be a success in the city too.
If you that dude, like I didn't play basketball because I ain't had a height, I wasn't nice. But you gotta think, you on the basketball team, which is prominent, you know what I mean, in the country. So you got dudes on the court, and you playing in a playoff game, and dudes is yelling your name. You know, dudes in the hood is fried. They on something. You know what I mean? So now you might get a ticky-tack foul, or you let a dude, foul you or whatever, and you just hear your name from the seat. Yo, Chris! Get that nigga, son! What?
It was like
these dudes done drove all the way up here. He called me out like this, and now you got dudes balling. Yeah!
Like Sunset Park.
Them games, man, you think you was at a pro game.
But they nice though.
Yeah, they was nice. You know what I mean? The games they lose, dudes be ready to fight high school kids. For real, like, man, listen, shit be crazy, man.
Nah,
I don't know, man, but it's real.
Nah, I remember, like, it's not there anymore, Memorial Field, but that feeling of, and this was like Pop Warner. This wasn't even like, cause I moved away from Mount Vernon when I got to 7th grade. I actually moved to the neighboring town, New Rochelle, which is also
that's football. Yeah. Football is everything.
Yeah, but like going in Mount Vernon Memorial Field on like Sunday mornings when we played, like that was just different. Like I didn't know that many people would come to like little kids playing football. Like that joint was packed. Like Mount Vernon's Memorial Field used to be like from the street, you looking at the back of the bleachers. So the back of the bleachers, you looking at mini stadium. Like the away side didn't have bleachers.
When we played, they had bleachers.
But when I was a kid, they didn't. It was just a wide open field. So the home and away teams was on the same side. So the stands would be split.
The fans, you mean?
The fans. Yeah, they all sat on the same side, which provided a crazy vibe. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you got rivalry games, because when you got towns right next to each other, like Mount Vernon and New Rochelle, you got families that's like intermingled. Right. So you got rivals sitting together and things like that in the midst of what may be an entire section of Mount Vernon Razorback parents. You know what I'm saying? And then you got New Rochelle parents weaved in and out. But like the vibe, even on non-rivalry games. You walk in there, that stadium is packed. Like, you talk about a roar of a crowd. Like, we was hearing that at 8, 9, 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it was like Friday Night Lights.
Hell yeah. And
it was just Sunday morning.
And it was crazy because the city took pride in the product that was out there from a young kid perspective.
And if you was nice, you knew somebody was coming through sliding money for, you know, ice cream.
Yeah, all that. Like, you going in the barber shop, they got whoever your barber was. If you had you had enough money to get pictures for football season, and you had the playing cards, your barber would have your playing card up in the mirror and all of that. Like,
some dudes didn't have to pay for cuts.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was that was a whole vibe. Like, to make a big hit on Sunday and to hear the crowd like that's crazy. Cause you got high schools that don't get that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You talking about 8, 9, 10 years old, and we got an entire stadium just like screaming. We on teams undefeated, unscored upon. Like, you talk about like pressure, like all of that. It was all there, but we loved it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the vibe before every game was crazy. You had that crunch bunch chant, like that we coming out of tunnels and all that stuff. And this is before like social media.
Anybody that remember the Mean Joe Green commercial where he threw the kid the jersey, the Coke commercial?
Yeah.
That was filmed in
Memorial Field. Yeah.
He's in one of the tunnels.
Yeah. Like that Memorial Field was a straight vibe. Like, and you was there all day because the entire when I played for the Razorbacks, the entire Razorback roster.
But that was your whole weekend because you had the high school playing
on Saturday. Yep.
And then the younger kids played on Sunday, and they tried to make it where as much as possible it would be the high school home on Saturday and the Razorbacks home on Sunday.
Yeah, so they matched the whole weekend.
Especially them new road games.
Yeah, because we would all play. And that's the beauty, I think, of having programs associated with towns. Like, because you hear they say, like, it's only in rural areas where towns get behind teams, or that's where it's promoted the most. But, like, the city of Mount Vernon took pride in that product.
New road, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
You go in their projects, it wasn't a door on their project, in that project. When you walk down them hallways that you didn't see, I'm a proud supporter of New Rochelle YTL.
Yeah.
You like, damn.
And I went and played for them too. And the same way that I'm talking about.
Cats killed me. Yo, your brother, you took him over the new road.
And my mom moved to New Rochelle. It's a neighboring town. And that's the rivalry. But like, even there.
Yeah, I remember one time I went to a New Road game.
You and JJ?
Yeah, man. And, you know, it was always, you know, the fights and stuff.
Yeah.
My dumb ass drove the wrong way into the crowd.
Oh,
and them dudes was like, get out the car. And I'm like, JJ, hey, yo, let me out. I was like, man, we ain't getting out this car. I was like, step in front of the car. Step in front of the car. Y'all gonna all get ran over. I don't care, man. I'm going the wrong way. But they wanted to tear our asses up. They're all adults. Like, that's when you knew it was real. Like, these people, this is what they get their rocks off. Like, I'm from New Row. I'm from Mount Vernon. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because you got Mount Vernon girls messing with Mount Vernon dudes and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Like, babies is being born and all of this, but it was like the Hatfield and the McCoys. Like, catch you at a party, I don't know how it's gonna turn out. You know what I mean? But that provided like such a vibe. Like, that was fun.
Yeah, like when you talk about like how in Alabama you got War Eagle and Roll Tide, Alabama versus Auburn. Like that's
what it was.
That's seriously what it was. Because in the house, like
the Huguenots versus the Knights.
Yeah, like if you was growing up in either town, you wasn't growing up and not knowing. Like if you played sports, you wasn't not knowing what it was. If you was living in New Rochelle, you knew what it was when it was considered Mount Vernon. If you lived in Mount Vernon, you knew what it was considered a New Row. And that was instilled in you through the household. Like it was just like, all right, we from Mount Vernon.
I don't know if New Row cats ever had to deal with this, but New Row police would be on that bullshit. because they had the mall. We had 4th Ave, but they had a mall. And you get caught in that mall, police be, what you here for? What you out here for? You going home up Lincoln Avenue, they pull the car over, oh, y'all from Mount Vernon, what y'all doing out here? Like, yo, damn, man. We coming from our girl crib. What's her name? Like, where she live? Like, damn, man, like, you know what I mean? But it was definitely a rivalry. But it all of that got watered down, man. Like, you know, it's not the same. Like,
yeah, I mean, and
I think the rivalry's still there a little bit with the basketball, but Mount Vernon really the football and it ain't nothing. You know
I think it's beautiful though, that we see situations where like, cause like all it is like a grade school thing, like, and you hope once you get past grade school that everybody able to just be cool. In most cases, that's what it is.
Right.
But you appreciate the competition and the level that it took you to because of how serious it was.
Remember the coach told you, yo, I don't care.
Oh,
who
yeah.
you are, you from Mount Vernon? I don't need no Mount Vernon. I was like, yo, hold on, man, you talking to a kid, man.
Yeah, but like in that situation, like you don't like to see it like that.
Right.
Like when you get older, like once you get out of the realm of grade school where we competing against each other, after that, like it's all stories and like we able to laugh and stuff like that. But nah, that was live though. That Pop Warner vibe, like, and that's still to this day my favorite coach of my life. Like that was my best coach of my life. Coach James Dickerson, if you know him from Mount Vernon. Yeah, Coach Jamie, like if he see this, like that is my favorite.
You still threw that playoff game to go to
that wasn't his fault though.
That was his fault. I don't care.
Nah.
And Pop, if you watch it, Pop, you know what it is, Pop.
Yo, listen, it was Pop, Darrell,
listen,
Mike Miller.
Poppy never believed me. Darrell never believed me, and then they both had to tell me, yo, you was right. He was right on that. It was thrown.
Shannon Russell, that team was great, and the team above us was great too. That had Arthur Warren and all of them on the squad, Deshaun, like that. The amount of talent that was on them teams, like it was crazy. But Coach Jamie, my favorite coach of all time that I ever had, man. That dude used to come to the park.
I think y'all was the best team you played on. Real talk.
Oh, the
sorry, the Chiefs.
No, that was
the Thunderbolts.
You think that T-Wolves team was better than the Chiefs team? We didn't have Courtney on the T-Wolves. Courtney was when we went to the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs team was better. Yeah, Curtis.
What was the team? Kurt was nasty.
He was on T-Wolves with us too, though.
Who was the team that could have? They was thinking about taking y'all and trying to see you go if y'all could go to Florida.
Curtis at quarterback.
And then they backed out.
Curtis at quarterback. Courtney. No, me at fullback. Courtney at one wing. Ray at the other wing.
Right.
That
team was tough.
Yeah, that was a great team.
That team was tough.
That was a great team also. Yeah.
That team was tough.
Yeah. But Coach Jamie used to come to practice with the combat boots on and the hammer pants, and he had that mean ass child.
Tell him every year you would go to Nana's house and come back fat as hell.
Yeah.
And they be mad at me like, yo, he ain't my son, man, he ain't my brother.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? But they would make me go down there, yeah. Cause Nana is my grandmother. She feed me good over the summer down hot behind Albany, Georgia. But yeah, I would come back overweight because in Pop Warner you gotta weigh in. Everybody on the team gotta be under a certain weight. I used to have to be wearing bags, running. But yeah, that was a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun.
Yeah, but
let's see what else we got. Hold on. What's some joints on here that I wanted to holler at you about? Yeah. So, college basketball. UNC and Duke is trash this year.
Yeah, but I don't like what Coach Krzyzewski did, man. That's some bullshit.
I legit, I don't even know, because to be honest with you, we both North Carolina fans.
They're not playing their full schedule. He said that he don't want to play, outside.
He was against the season altogether.
No, he knew his team was trash. And other coaches is beefing about that. They playing their schedule. Why they don't have to play that?
Yeah. Okay, I see.
You know what I mean? Like,
I didn't know that though.
He's that dude. He's a great coach. I give it to him, but because he does the USA basketball, they give him whatever he wants. You know what I mean? Like, I remember sitting at a game in Madison Square Garden, and he was walking on the ref, and I mean, we sitting on the floor looking at this like, he got to get a check in a minute. He called, because when you see Coach Krzyzewski and Duke, he don't coach the team during timeouts. His whole thing is he's on the refs. Whether he's mad or whatever, he's talking to the refs. This one ref, they doing their rotation. The dude missed a foul. He called a foul on Duke. He went apeshit. They was playing St. John's. I'll never forget. St. John's beat him too. I think beat him by 20 that game. But he's beefing with this one ref. So when they came back down, the ref was at half court on the other side, away from the team. He's beefing. So he can't get to the ref because the ref's on the other side. So they come back down. Now the ref is up top, but he's on the scoring table side. He up by the scoring table. He calls timeout. Timeout. So the ref under the basket called timeout. Now Wojo and them is coaching the team, telling them what they want next. He's barking at this ref to the point where the ref is standing there looking on everything I love, like he was about to cry. He was breathing so hard, and Krzyzewski letting him have it.
Right.
They would not call a tech on this dude for nothing. The whole crowd now is yelling, tech. They wouldn't call a tech, B. So I don't respect Duke. I don't like Duke. I'm a North Carolina fan. Yeah, we ain't doing good. You know what I mean? But guess what? We should be in the top 25 before them.
The way I was going with that is, you think that hurts college basketball that neither one of them are good?
No.
You don't think so?
No, because I think there's teams that is showing that they could compete with them that don't never get it because they be so nice. Like, who's number one? Gonzaga.
I thought. Oh no, I was looking at the ACC. Virginia's undefeated.
Yeah, but Virginia always been there the last couple of years. But what I'm saying is teams like Gonzaga, that's always up there.
They just consistent.
They don't never put them as the number one seed nowhere because you got Duke, North Carolina. Oh, they beat each other up in their conference play. The teams they got to play. Gonzaga, that ain't true. Because Duke could be trash in the conference and they'll still be a higher seed than Gonzaga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If Gonzaga had three,
just like football.
The Notre Dames of the world.
Notre Dame, they trash.
Yeah.
They trash.
Every time
I'm here to say that I don't want to hear nothing about the coach. What he said was true. They're not going to get the kids at Alabama, Ohio State. Well, Michigan don't get them either, man.
Shut up, man. Shut up.
You know what I mean? Nebraska don't get them either.
Hey, Michigan just got our 4-star running back. He got flipped to a 5-star. He got flipped to a 5-star today.
They get a whole bunch of them.
We got 2 5-stars. But I'm mad we kept our
and they still do. But you got Alabama, Clemson now. Notre Dame can't compete with them dudes. Notre Dame is a school. They student athlete for real.
Yeah, that's how Michigan is.
You know what I mean? No.
Yes. For real. Michigan education-wise is good.
I'm not saying
that.
I told you I was away with a dude from Michigan. I know, but
it's not like Notre Dame.
Them dudes ain't like Notre Dame. Notre Dame really, they care about football because they know they can pay their way into the playoffs.
Yo, what's that translated?
I knew they was getting hit.
Rudy movie. Everybody knew they was getting hit.
They was getting hit.
Everybody knew that though.
They trash, man.
But what I'm
North Carolina, Duke, Kentucky, they all trash this year.
Yeah, but what I was saying is because
it don't hurt basketball because you got other schools that if that's the case, you would look at it like this. Me growing up, North Carolina was good, but the Big East was the shit.
Yeah, but they put the Big East into the ACC.
No. I'm talking about when I was growing up. When Patrick Ewing and all of them was in the Big East.
Yeah.
You talking about, son, you talking about the Big East on their own was like Notre Dame. You knew them dudes.
But it was like that up until like when I was young too, because Georgetown and all of them was the Big East. That's when they had Pitt and all of them was the Big East.
I'm talking about St. John's. All of these teams was good. Syracuse, Georgetown, St. John's. You talking about with the Walter Berries and all of them. Dudes thought when them programs started to fall, basketball was going to be over. Mm-hmm. Look at them now.
Yeah.
Basketball's still surviving.
Yeah, but there's no Big East. Those teams that made us the Big East,
right? But they
still good.
Who? Georgetown is trash.
St.
St. John's is trash.
But when the Big East first merged, that first
Villanova is still holding it up.
Villanova, Syracuse.
UConn is trash.
Right now, but I'm saying when that first happened, when they first merged the Big East to the ACC.
No, I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is when those schools, UConn couldn't compete with Georgetown and St. John's and them. Mm-hmm. They couldn't. Man, what? Them games, you wouldn't put them. UConn, you ain't know who they was.
But then they changed coaches and they was able to recruit better.
Man, listen, it wasn't nothing about that because the other teams started falling down. So Georgetown ain't been good since AI.
So yeah, you made,
and they fell off with AI.
You answered my question. I would guess I would see it, but I guess it depends on what teams you look at like that. Because I'm a believer as far as in another sport like college football. I think college football suffers when Miami and Florida State aren't good at the same time. From a
how you figure that day?
Because I think I know that's
that ain't suffering.
I think it is though, because I think you want to see Miami and Florida State game mean something. I think you want to see Texas and Oklahoma game mean something. I think you want to see, as a Michigan fan, you want to see Michigan and Ohio State be competitive.
See, this is what I'm saying. The eras is different. When I was coming up, it was Nebraska, Oklahoma you wanted to see. Texas wasn't nice.
But that was always the Red River Shootout, though.
Yeah, but it wasn't. That game wasn't it. It was Nebraska, Oklahoma.
Uh-huh. And now Nebraska's not in that.
Right. But what I'm saying is, you look at
who you want. You ain't talking about. He's talking about Michigan. This dude's a Nebraska fan.
And everybody leaving.
We talking about we can't get 5 stars. They can't get no.
No, we get 5 stars, but they leaving. They all leave.
You got 5 people that ain't for 5 stars.
Son, listen, man, we trash. But I can admit that we trash.
Yo, we trash too.
We should have hired homie from Buffalo that played for us. You know what I mean? But
this dude we talking about trash.
Son, y'all got Harbaugh. You was like, oh yes, baby.
I did.
We're about to beat Ohio State.
I did.
And
he's trash.
Come on, man.
You thought the same thing when y'all hired Scott Frost.
No, I said we compete.
Yeah.
I ain't say we was gonna win nothing. Nah, we can't do shit, and everybody leaving, but they don't care.
They about to downgrade. You know how teams like facilities upgrade to be like me with no more fucking shit. You know what's crazy?
No, what's crazy is y'all gave Harbaugh more
money
to do what they
yo. He was second or third highest paid computer. That shit is bananas,
okay,
yo.
But you still gonna be out there rooting for
him. I seriously, I'm mad they extended him, seriously.
Son, y'all can't beat Ohio State.
We can't right now.
Damn sure can't beat Clemson or Alabama.
Nah, we can't. We can't. In order for him to make it past this next year, we have to beat Ohio State.
Like you think about,
and I don't think it's gonna happen.
With college, it's totally different. The college leagues are always gonna survive because you're always gonna have one of them teams that's going, or at least 3.
We gotta stop this Ohio State run, yo. This is crazy.
Y'all ain't listen, and I'm in that league now, so that shit ain't happening. Ain't nobody stopping that.
And college is all about recruiting, though, man. Like,
no, it's about recruiting, but it's about where they want to go. You think what's the name recruit?
Who?
Saban.
He is recruiting at the national championship game. That's recruiting.
No, yeah.
Whooping.
No. His recruiting is he sent a letter.
But what I'm saying
all the school got to do is send a letter. He signed it in. He don't even know who you are.
But what I'm saying is his recruiting is on Monday, whatever day.
Harbaugh got to go sit in your living
He
room.
do. Saban be like, turn on the TV. Alabama scoring 60 points in the national championship. It was they didn't really score 60, but they could have. If what's the name didn't get hurt.
You know what? That we talking about this shit. What do you think is the best teams with like you in college?
You think about the best overall college football team of all time?
Like you think about you that dude in high
the
school,
best.
and then you gotta come to college, and you fuck around might not play for 4 years.
Yeah.
What's the best school that did that?
The best school that
their school is nice.
Miami.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Miami, without a doubt. You had Frank Gore as a third or fourth string running back at one time.
Nah, you bugging.
He was first starter, but I'm saying
starter got hurt.
No, I'm thinking about
Clinton
Portis. He was the third or fourth string running back because Frank Gore was the starter. Then you had Willis McGahee, and they had somebody else that was in front of Clinton Portis.
No, you had somebody in front of Willis McGahee too.
Clinton
Portis was before Willis.
So then Willis was
He was the last
guy. Okay.
But
whatever order of the years it was
Frank Gore, somebody else.
But Frank Gore had the ACL injury, he went to the back.
Right.
Because we didn't get to see
Frank Gore. They all
started
getting hurt or leaving.
But we didn't get to see Frank Gore until after them.
How do you feel about Walter Payton?
I don't know why he went to Miami.
Yo, Walter Payton so went down there, it wasn't shit.
He started as a fifth year senior.
You did 5 years. That's like getting left back in high school.
Yo.
Still got eligibility.
I
he
think
went down there and didn't do shit.
Yo.
The only athlete, son, that I can say was smart was Michael Jordan kids. Fuck this basketball shit. We gonna
they
just
can't live up to it, man.
Yeah.
But yo, Miami was, and I'm not a Miami fan. I wasn't then. I'm not now. But what I will say is,
I always liked Miami unless we was playing.
No, what's the name? Like I enjoyed watching them. Them teams was ridiculous, yo. But what I will say is, as a younger kid, because you got to see that 2001 team, which I think is the best college football team of all time. 2001 Miami Hurricanes, when you had Ed Reed, Sean Taylor, and all of them on the same team. But as a younger kid, I really didn't appreciate how great they were. I didn't really fully appreciate it until I got older. But that team was ridiculous, yo.
But it was a team they had before that, and I'm proud to say.
What, Michael Irvin's team?
Nah, was he on that team?
The team with Warren Sapp?
That was with Cortez Kennedy and them?
I think Warren Sapp played with Cortez Kennedy.
If they did, they didn't give up a 100-yard rusher, but one.
Yeah.
The one dude rushed for 100 yards.
Irvin didn't play with Sapp.
One dude rushed for 100 yards against that Miami defense.
No.
You know where he was from? Mount Vernon.
No. Chris Hill, yeah. You talking about
Tulsa.
That?
Yeah, he went to Tulsa.
No, I thought
the starting running back got hurt or ineligible, and Chris Hewley bust it.
Yeah, I remember when you used to tell me stories about Chris Hewley and Peter Clark.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? But Miami, they was that good. Yeah. Miami, Florida State. Florida came on at the end, but Florida State and Miami, that was the game you wanted to see every year too.
So hold on. I got a comparison to my Florida State and Miami, right? You remember the Florida State Miami game when Greg Jones was at Florida State, Sean Taylor was at Miami. That was Sean Taylor's last year in Miami.
Okay.
The year they played in the rain.
Uh-huh.
So that game, compare that game to what I think is the greatest college football game to ever be played. I think they coined it the game of the century when LSU and Alabama played that overtime game 9-6. When you had Tyrann Mathieu, Honey Badger for LSU up against.
I don't think that was the best game.
I think that was the best game I ever seen.
I think
and it was 9-6.
USC game.
See, you know what? This is a prime example though. What position did you play in football?
Running back.
Okay, I was a defensive guy. I played DB. I enjoy watching defensive games. Like when you had Ray Lewis on the Baltimore Ravens and you had Troy Polamalu and Larry Foote and them on the Pittsburgh Steelers would play. Those was my favorite games.
I like games like that, but when you got dudes playing at the highest level besides pro, the shit that Reggie Bush was doing out there.
But that's like I could say the shit that the Honey Badger was doing on defense.
No, you talking about a dude that's getting the ball, and he's out there playing football like he's playing basketball.
But you got the Honey Badger playing football
Son,
like he's a magnet to the ball. Like that shit didn't make sense.
But son, what I'm saying to you is he wasn't doing it to the magnitude of Reggie Bush and what's her name was doing at Texas.
I think
that game right there was official.
It was, but I think offense is more flashy. I think you got to have more of an appreciation of the game to appreciate the masterful defense. Like when they were sticking that game, like all game, I'm sitting there like I'm on the edge of my seat. And that USC Texas game was dope too. Don't get me wrong, but I just think that LSU Bama game.
I give you that because college they can hit. Until now, that
game went fly down.
But college, they always was able to hit. And them dudes, when you see Reggie Bush, what he was doing,
he was
like I remember, one of the best runs, and I watched Barry Sanders in high school. In college. When he running down the sideline and homeboy coming across the field on the angle, and he stopped short and just stood straight up.
Yeah, on a dime.
And then took off, and he was at top speed.
Yeah.
Son, you gotta like stuff like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But now, like they said, when you get to the pros, it becomes unappreciated because you got linemen that's running 4.6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They 350, 60 pounds running a 4.6.
Yeah.
That's like you seeing a fat dude walking down the block and you trying to yap his chain and that motherfucker running on your heels. You like, oh shit.
Now Reggie Bush at USC was
and
that was
Vince Young
different.
at Texas.
Yeah, Vince Young at Texas was different too. Like that last play, it was fourth down.
Yes.
Yeah. But I knew he was gonna score.
And it was the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, man, national championship game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't take nothing from that.
No.
All them other games was games for the week. Like, you know what I mean? We could live.
That had national championship implications.
Yeah, but you know that you could.
And they ended up playing again in the national championship.
Right, but the national championship game wasn't like that.
No,
it was a regular game. That's what I'm saying. These dudes put it all on the line in the national championship game.
Nah, that game was real. That game was definitely that was definitely real. That was the best national championship I've seen. But because that was unreal. Like they was making plays. And for USC, that game could have been over early. Remember when Reggie Bush tried to throw that lateral early in the game? Yeah. That game could have been over early. But both, like, even in that game, it was like I think they won 41-38.
That Lendell White. Too.
Yeah, that combination was crazy. But like I think it was 41-38.
Who they had? They just had Dion really. Anquan Bolden.
Nah, they had
Peter Warwick.
I would say Peter Warwick. Peter Warwick was real. That was, I think, middle school for me. Peter Warwick was.
He was the cheat code.
Yeah, that was like he was before Percy Harvin. He was before he was after Charles Woodson, but he was wide receiver, punt returner. Woodson was a cornerback, punt returner, wide receiver. But like, yeah, Peter Warwick was nasty, yo. That dude.
Yo, Barry Sanders in college was nasty too, but
I didn't see that. I didn't see that live.
Barry Foster that played for the Steelers, he was the starter.
That's crazy.
Word. But you know who ain't playing on Sunday, right?
The Steelers.
Yo, the Steelers ain't playing on Sunday. Oh shit! All the Steelers fans, man. I swear to God, man.
Call that football, man. They need to pay Dak, man. Jerry need to stop.
Fuck Dak.
This dude's a hate. I still can't believe he said Derek Carr better than Dak.
He's better than Dak. Yo, I can't wait. When we get our subscribers up and we get the call-in line, that's when we gonna go live. Where y'all can call in and fuck around. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't having no trolls or nothing like that. You call up here with the nonsense.
I like that movie.
I know that's right. But like I know my man watching this shit right now. Yeah. Oh man.
What? You got something else you want to talk about? We didn't get to a couple of things, but it's all good.
We can save them for next week. They gonna be outdated.
Nah. One will be outdated.
What?
So one last sports thing. Matt LaFleur choosing to kick the field goal at the Green Bay game.
That was the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah.
That shit was so stupid.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe he did it.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe he did it. When they said the field goal team is coming on, I went downstairs. Because I was like, it don't make no sense. You got to go for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it changes the tide there. If Aaron Rodgers loses, you let him lose it.
Yeah. You think this hurts Aaron Rodgers' legacy? Being 1-4 in NFC Championship games?
No. And the reason why I say no, because if Brett Favre is the best, right? If they put Brett Favre up there, he did what Brett Favre did.
Yeah. He won one of them and then won the Super Bowl.
And one of my favorite quarterbacks.
Brett Favre lost Super Bowl too, didn't he?
He won one and
lost one, so he got there twice.
Okay. Did Green Bay? Did Aaron Rodgers get there twice?
Once.
He got there once, but he won it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And it's like I think my other favorite quarterback should be in the Hall of Fame too.
Who?
Because it's hard to get there 4 times. D. McNabb.
Oh.
D. McNabb, to me, he didn't have the numbers, but I always argued that I always thought he was better than Peyton Manning.
Oh.
I'm being for real.
You're wild.
Yo, I didn't like Peyton Manning, man. I just thought that he was all hype, man. You know what I mean? He benefited though.
I ain't going.
Nah, D. McNabb to me was nice, B, because he had nothing. They didn't have nothing.
Yeah, people were saying Freddie Mitchell.
Son, he had, what was the...
Freddie Mitchell.
No, not Freddie Mitchell. What was the other one? Hankinson?
Todd Pinkston.
Yeah. What the fuck is that? He played on Friday?
He's done.
Real talk. Think about what he had. Who was the running back?
They was busting.
Westbrook?
Yeah, Westbrook was nasty. Right?
He was nice.
And he had Deuce Taylor for a little bit too.
Right.
But that's when they was killing the Cowboys.
Yeah, because D. McNabb, he was that dude. They don't want to give him his props.
No, they was killing us because we had Chad Hutchinson.
No, they was killing y'all because D. McNabb was actually good. And I was at that drive when they booed him.
Yeah, I was too. I was with you.
Right, you're right.
But when we got
Romo,
Romo,
Philly fan called Boga a faggot, right?
Yeah.
Yo, your dad raised you to be a faggot. Remember, I wanted to kill that motherfucker. Like, yo, what?
Yeah, Philly fans was crazy, man.
And then the dude, remember, I went to the bathroom and he was like, help me find the train.
Yeah.
And I was like, you don't remember who I am, do you?
Yeah. They was hot over that McNabb. They wanted Ricky Williams.
Vic was in that joint?
No.
That wasn't the Michael Vick joint where I got Aaron Rodgers to sign my radar hat?
I can't. Hold up. It was Ricky Williams' draft. So.
Then nah, Vic wasn't in that. Cause Vic went number 1 that year.
Yeah.
He went. Nah. So who went number 1 in that draft?
I'm about to look it up.
I don't know, man. But I know one thing. The Steelers ain't playing next week. They not playing.
Hold up, I got it. Ricky Williams draft class, 1999. What was number 1? Tim Couch.
Oh, shit.
Tim Couch to the Browns. That's right, because that was the Browns' first year back, wasn't it?
Yeah.
McNabb went 2. Ricky Williams went 5.
Because Mike Vicker gave up their whole draft.
Yeah. Achilles Smith went 3rd. Edgerrin James went to the Colts at 4.
Achilles Smith went to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Trash. Trash.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Attention.
Yeah, that's gonna do work.
Achilles Smith is trash.
Nah, yeah, Achilles Smith, that's crazy. I do remember that though. They was
Jamarcus Russell. Trash.
Your man so like, I watch film.
I looked at that live the other day where, what's her name, the linebacker said, yo, when they gave him the blank tape, everybody in the building knew the tape was blank. And they came back like, yo, so what plays you want to run? He said, Jamarcus was like, yeah, coach, I'm good with every play that was on the DVD. Like, yo, I'm good. He said, everybody just looked like, oh, man, he's just here for that shit. They said they gave him a blank CD, B. He said it was absolutely nothing on the DVD.
Yo, wait. That cat threw the football like a baseball. It was crazy.
Son, he had a cannon.
Yo, he looked like it
Then
was
he
so
won the
effortless.
national. No, he lost to Who did he lose to that year?
Oh, LSU?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Didn't they play in the
They ain't playing national championship, I think.
He lost to somebody, man.
I'm gonna look it up.
I think that quarterback went number 1. I mean number 2.
Yo, Jamarcus Russell was crazy.
Son, they said they gave him a blank DVD. Yeah, as a Raider fan, man, I'll be sick. John Gruden out there, we in Vegas, he wearing an Oakland Raider hat.
Yeah, he did. That was a Monday night game too, wasn't it?
Yo, you know what I saw the other night? What's your favorite joke that you heard a comedian say?
Oh man, that's easy.
What?
Corey Holcomb, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. The doctor's office. Yeah, we can't say them jokes.
Why can't you?
Well, yeah, he said them.
He said them? That shit is on TV. I got it on DVR right now.
I watch him on YouTube.
No, I watch him on DVR whenever I want to laugh. Him,
Yeah.
and I make sure I watch my man Nate.
Yeah, Corey Holcomb.
You got Nate still over there too.
No.
Yo,
Nah.
Nate ain't on no social media.
Who is Nate?
Nate Robinson. Yo, this dude wanna laugh now, but that night I was mad. I spent my $50. This dude gonna call me like, nah, man, this ain't funny. Cause Snoop might get in trouble because he might really be hurt. So what? He should have never got in there. That boy punched him out. Yo. Oh, shit. Nate was laying down. He didn't want to get in the chair. Nate was... Yo. That was Nate was laying there. He was sweet. Like he was on a silly posturepedic. He was out, son.
Speaking of sleep, Conor McGregor got knocked out.
Too. Yeah, I ain't watched that. I wasn't paying for that.
Conor McGregor got knocked out.
Nate got knocked out.
Nate went head first into the
Snoop said, Lord, take my hand. Yo, Snoop made that shit.
Yeah, he
funny.
did. He made that event.
He made that
They
event
need to
funny.
have him like announce stuff more often.
And Roy Jones said, yeah, nah, you good. You know, because once we see blood, the fight over. I'm bleeding. Nah, you ain't bleeding. Damn, man. Word.
That was funny though.
That shit was hilarious. That shit was hilarious.
Right,
But until next week, man, listen. 8672, comment, like, subscribe, baby.
Word. Y'all gotta hit them likes. Give us some comments too.
You can dislike it too.
Yeah, that's you can whatever you want.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And you can catch us on iTunes Podcast
iTunes
and SoundCloud.
Yep. So let us know in the comments
You
who
can
you
dislike this shit. Nobody give a fuck.
Comment
you
on
sitting
it.
there watching.
Comment on the conversation.
Bitch ass motherfucker.
You dope. What's his name? But alright, next week this
Nah,
is Chris.
trust me. You gonna be tight when we go live and the people in the
I'm not gonna
they
be
trolling. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
We
not
ain't
gonna be
gotta have
tight.
no moderators.
I ain't gonna be tight.
You know what I mean?
But we signing out 8672 podcast. This is Chris.
Juanito.
Alright, we'll catch y'all next week.
Peace.